Chael Sonnen believes that Sean Strickland lost every round to Dricus Du Plessis. On his YouTube channel, Chael said, "When I have a bias, I disclose it to you guys. I disclose it, and I still try to be impartial. So I'm cheering for Sean and Colby. Those are my guys. It's different. I get a knot in my stomach. It's different. So we lost every round. We lost every round of the fight. In my heart, I think it was 5-0. With a real bias for Strickland, it was 5-0. And in the absolute best case, 4-1. I think the crowd for the most part agree with me. My bigger surprise when all was said and done, Joe Rogan, who definitely qualifies as an expert in the space, Dana White, who definitely qualifies as an expert in the space, both had Strickland. They both had Strickland. I thought, did we watch the same thing?" Last night, Dana White announced that Kayla Harrison has officially signed with the UFC and will be fighting Holly Holm at UFC 300. After the news broke, Kayla posted this to her Instagram. She wrote, "When I started competing, my goal was to be the best, the Olympic champion of MMA. The UFC presents me with the opportunity to be just that. It's been an amazing journey to reach this point, and I'm grateful for every step along the path. The highs and lows have all shaped me and made me an even better version of myself. God's timing is perfect, and I am sure of one thing, my time is now. Let's go." Tom Aspinall claims that he was offered a fight against Stipe Miocic. However, Stipe declined and is adamant that he fights John Jones next.
Spoke to our manager this morning, and he told me that he was on the phone last night to the UFC staff, the UFC matchmaker, and the matchmaker asked if I would be interested in fighting Stipe. My manager said yes on my behalf because he knows that's a fight that I'm obviously interested in. I've been very vocal about that, so he said yes on my behalf. And then sometime after, the matchmaker got in touch with my manager again and said that unfortunately Stipe is only interested in fighting John Jones. So there's another update on my next fight. It's going to be Jones versus Stipe, as we all know by now. So looks like the fight's going ahead. Wish both guys the best of luck, and hopefully see one of them after that.
Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith disagree on the result of Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. Anthony Smith believes Sean won 4 rounds to 1. Bisping, however, believes Sean lost rounds 3 and 4, and possibly round 2.
I'm kind of catching a lot of shit for this, but I really thought Sean won 4 rounds. I really did. I didn't, and that's not saying that it wasn't a close fight. I thought they were very, very close rounds. But at the end, I thought it was 4-1 Sean. I'm not mad that Du Plessis won. I don't think it's a robbery. I don't think any of that, but I did think that Sean Strickland remained the champion. I didn't give a lot of weight. I didn't put a lot of weight into the takedowns because he didn't do anything with them. He didn't control them for any amount of time. There was no damage. There was no submission attempts. I think Strickland was so dominant in the first. I think sometimes you look at the next couple rounds, specifically the second, I see a lot of people gave Du Plessis the second, but I thought that he just looked a lot better in the second. So sometimes I think that can skew your view and say, wow, he did a lot better that round. I think he won that round. Like maybe he just did better, and it's just closer. But I don't have any problem with Du Plessis getting the win. When you keep fights that close, they kind of can go either way.
Very close. I honestly didn't know who was going to get it, and I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue with the scoring at all. And congrats to both of them actually on a great hard fought fight. But I do think Strickland lost 3 and 4, might have lost 2 maybe. And I think the thing was, the 3 Ds is how they score the fight. This: dominance, damage, and duration. And then after that, they start taking in lesser qualities, like octagon control, aggression, and things like that. And Sean always fights behind that jab, and it's a beautiful jab, and it's laser accurate, it's powerful, it busts up the face of Dricus Du Plessis, of course. But when you put it all together and you're conflicted as to who won the round, those smaller, minor little things kind of come into play. So I'll be honest though, as I say, when they were calling it out, I had no idea who they were going to say.
Robert Whittaker gives his thoughts on Dricus Du Plessis defeating Sean Strickland. Rob doesn't understand the controversy. He thinks that Dricus clearly won.
I've seen a lot of other fighters, and even Dana White himself saying didn't think he won the fight, yada yada yada. But mate, I don't know. In my opinion, I thought he won the fight, and I will say, and I don't like blurring the lines, but I will say congratulations to Dricus, because mate, he wanted it. And I mentioned it I said he's a big, strong guy, and he's awkward as hell to fight. But one of his things is, like, he goes out on his shield. He's not going to go away. He will not give up. He'll need to leave that octagon on stretcher. And, mate, that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he showed. I will say congratulations to the new champ, because, mate, he wanted it more. You know, everyone thought in the rounds, the championship rounds, 4-5, Strickland was going to start, you know, getting it over him. Mate, Dricus did not go away. And you saw his face after the fight. You saw the jabs. Mate, the commentators and everybody and their friends wouldn't shut up about the jab. Okay. Understandably, great jab. All right. Yeah. And he threw it at Dricus' face about 7,000 times. But let's give a little props to Dricus, because didn't go away. Did not go away. Was throwing overhands from the start to the literal finish, just pushing into him. And I think he mentioned it in the post-fight conference as well. It's just that, like, he was beat up from it. And you only fight like that and fight through that being hungry, wanting it, and being willing to leave it all there. But seeing that fight from him, it made me realize that I did not prepare adequately for him. But I don't think I understood how tough and strong and hungry he really was. Yeah. And, you know, respect to that. I won't make that mistake again. Yeah. But I thought he won that fight.
Dricus Du Plessis responds to Sean Strickland claiming that he headbutted him. Dricus reposted this video going around social media. He wrote, "No headbutt, Sean." So we can't play the footage, however we can show the screenshots to sum it up. Let us know your opinions on this in the comments. Khamzat Chimaev and Islam Makhachev had dinner together today. This footage was posted on Instagram. The caption reads, "Amazing gathering by the brothers after an amazing event hosted by UAE Wrestling." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Chris Dank 741. It says, Khamzat literally has said see you soon to like 6 UFC champions and has in fact never seen any of them soon. The second one's from Anthony. It says Khamzat versus Costa is the only fight I want involving Khamzat. And the final one's from William. It says Amanda announces she may come back and nobody's even talking about it. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.